What's up everyone, welcome to another video. And look at this date. It's November 3rd, 5 o'clock. Just finished my work and filming this video. What is special about November 3rd? It's an election day. That's not special. The election comes and goes. It's my birthday. Thank you so much for all the love and wishes. So many Instagram stories you've tagged me, so many LinkedIn messages, so many YouTube comments. Thank you for all the love and support. So grateful and immense gratitude for all the love. So thank you again. In this video, we're going to talk about financial plan, which is going to make you save $150,000 or 1 crore rupees. Let's get started. I want to clarify a few things. One, I have averaged a lot of things, a lot of salaries, expenses, income, all of that. So this might vary a little bit based on your condition, based on your salaries, based on your state, city, income tax, a lot of things, investment and all of that. So hopefully it is gonna fit into your budget, because the salary, the average I've took is, a lot of students. So, and I've took like a lot of worst condition, because always expect over delivery, I think, something like that. Also, this is applicable to anybody, even if you are a US citizen or you are an international student. So my focus is more on international students, because they are always worried about H1B visa, and if they don't get H1B visa. So this is H1B visa proof. Matlab, even if you don't have H1B visa, you are still going to be able to save 1 crore rupees. And I'm going to show you how exactly. I'm gonna be sharing my screen and show you the spreadsheet which I did all the calculation. And in future, so this is a part of a financial series, episode number 2, I think, and there's going to be a lot more episode. I'm going to be sharing the tools I use, the apps I used, how I manage my funds, investment, real estate investment, a lot more things. So subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to learn all of the personal finances stuff in this series. Also, I want to clarify one thing, is that I don't generally just give you advice based on, oh, I read this article and here's an advice, or here's what. I give you advice based on what I have done so far in my life, and based on the experiences and based on the mistakes I've made. So that way you learn from me and my experiences here, instead of just randomly talking about things. And again, just to summarize some of the things, is that I have a home in United States. I've paid off my education loan, paid off my car loan, also saved a lot of money and investment, and I'm planning to buy another home. We'll show you at the end of this video what I mean by all of this. So stick until the end, and hopefully you will learn a lot out of this. All right, switching to the screen view, you can see the spreadsheet. There's a long spreadsheet. We're gonna go through this. Stay with me. So over here on the left hand side, just to explain what is going on, these are the months, January to December. These are semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, semester 4, and then I'm assuming that you're gonna go for STEM based course, which is you're gonna have 1 year OPT plus 2 years of extension, which is gonna have you year 1 OPT, year 2, year 3. This does not include if you have H1B or not. If you have, great. If you don't, you still will be successful financially. So I've started Sem 1 in January. You're gonna be like, bro, if I go in fall, then my semester will start in August or September. Yeah, so just adjust accordingly. I'm just planning, because right now it is November, assuming people are going to come in December or January, they're going to start spring 2021. So that's how I've planned it. But it works for, technically there's 4 semesters, so it should just still work. Now my first assumption is that you have an on-campus job, and again, I shouldn't have assumed that, but let's assume that you do have an on-campus job, because I've seen many examples that they have on-campus job from day one. In fact, some people have an on-campus job even before they arrive in United States. So assuming that you do have an on-campus job, or you have a TARA grader job, already all arranged before even you come to United States. So first 5 months of the semester, you are making $800, $800. So you probably will be asking, how did you come up with this 800 number? So you can see over here, it is 10 into 8, which means Nope, no, that's not what I want to do. So the way I've calculated is that it's $10 per hour. That's a minimum salary, and most likely you will make more than that. If you're in California, you're going to make $12. That's the minimum wage over here. So you have to make more than that. If you're a RATA, you'll probably make $13, $14. If you are working in for IT department, then you'll probably make $18. So depending on that, but we're going to take the worst case scenario, the lowest salary over here, which is in this case is $10, and let's assume that you're working 20 hours per week, which is going to be 80 hours per month. That's $800. So you got 800 until May. Now you see in semester 2 I've added June, July, August. Really, it's not semester 2, it's a part of summer break, but I've just added in semester 2 just to make it easy. I could have added like one more column, but why to complicate things? So in summer you will have two options. One, most students will go for co-ops or internship, and if you are coming in spring, you will because you need that first 9 months to be on campus before even you are eligible to do full-time CPT or all of that. So my assumption is that you're going to be working on campus for 40 hours, taking the same salary, $10 per hour, 40 hours per week, which is 40 into 4, which is 1600. I mean, it's 160 into 10, which is 1600. So that's where the salary 1600 comes in. Again, most likely you will be making more than this if you have an on-campus job for summer. If you don't, then you will be making no money or less money. And if you have co-ops or internship, you will be making way more than that. So over here, this is where this calculation might, you might make more money, because this will be your second summer, and most likely my guess is that you will have an internship. And if you do have an internship, you're not going to make $10. You're probably going to make $20, $25 per hour, $30. I've heard, if you've seen my podcast, people have made $40, $50 per hour, which is way like double, triple of the money which I've mentioned over here. So I'm going very low in this case. Okay, so same concept, September, October, November, same 800 and 100. I've said December, I've added this color because sometimes December is a winter break where people can get full 40 hours, but I'm not adding that. I'm still going with $800. So all 4 months, 800, same thing. Here's the money over here. You can see this is the total. On the down, you can see right here, it says $24,000. By the end of your master's, you should be able to make $24,000. Moving on to year 1, year 2, year 3, this is where you will get a full-time job. And now you see the number I've said is 57,600, and I'm gonna explain why and how I came about. Now this was hard for me to figure out what do I put this number and how do I put this number. So on an average, from my podcast I've done with several students, on an average we have seen that people get anywhere from 70,000 to 140,000, and this is considering several positions, business analyst, project management, software engineers, cybersecurity. So in between, now I could have chose 100,000, but I'm going way lower. I'm going to 85,000 as an average. But again, this number is not 85,000 because I have calculated as here's let me do this calculation real quick. The reason the number is not 85 over here, because I'm deducting taxes, which a lot of people forget about it. Again, this taxes depends on which state you are in, how much money they're gonna deduct. Some states don't have state tax at all. Some states don't have a lot of taxes. So I'm going with California, which is the highest taxed. So 28%. And again, there's a little bit of gray line there. I mean, there are 33% is the tax, but if you're not on H1B, you have to pay a little less. So let's go with 28 minus 28%, and there we go. Actually, it says 61,200. I remember that because I chose this as a 80,000. So I'm gonna actually check one more time. 80,000 minus 28%. There. Yes, so I didn't even choose 85,000, I chose 80,000. So that's where the number 57,600 comes. So I'm going very, very low. I hope is that you make more than this and you will be able to get. And again, when you file the taxes, you get some of the tax returned back to you. So if you do get returned back, I'm not adding any of this money. All the extra money you will have, you're gonna keep saving those. So same for year 2, same for year 3. Now here's another thing. Most likely, if you're working in tech industry, you will have at least 5%, if not 10. You will, like most company, give you 5 to 10% of increment. So if I'm not adding all of those. I'm going with worst case scenario that you have no increment. Let's calculate the total amount. What is it over here? You can see 196800. That is almost $200,000 for without H1B visa. Of course, we have to calculate your expenses. And so here's all the expenses I've added. I'm going again $500 as your expenses based on several students we've talked, we've heard 500 is an expenses, sharing roommate, or this depends on several factors. We're going with 500 for all 4 years. So here's an expenses. Total for your total cost of your expenses for entire masters, it's about $12,000. Okay, and then I'm taking $1,000 as an expense instead of 500 for year 1, year 2, year 3, because most likely you will enhance your living expenses, just because you've done with your college life, you want to move out from living with 5-6 people to maybe just have one roommate. I've seen people still living with 4 or 5 roommates, and I've done that too, so don't blame them. Depending on your living conditions, I'm going a little extra. You might buy a car, so there will be EMI and all of that. So $1,000, I think it's good. If you are spending more than that, we need to have a conversation. Talk to me. Why are you spending more? Again, 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. Now here's the total savings row, and you can see what I've done is I've deducted the total expenses minus total earning, which is 1,500, 4,500. Over here on the top, you can see the formula. So same thing, you can see all of this. So here's the total amount. What you can see is 148800. Without even investing any of this, without even doing any of this, you will still have the savings of 14,880. Just for fun's sake, 14,880 USD to INR. That's about 1 crore. That's about 1.1, almost 1.1 crore, right? There's a row on this I call financial runway, and what is that is I've talked about in a previous video, but basically saving enough money for your 6 months of expenses, that if you lose your job, you have that money, that you don't have to worry about your living expenses, because you have saved enough money. So what I'm doing is over here, I'm taking out the money from your savings to put it into another saving. That's, you will only use that as your emergency funds. It is called financial runway. You will only use if you lose your job. So you're taking those $3,000, because 500 is an expenses, so 500 into 6 months is $3,000. So that you are taking out. So again, remaining is 3,000 over here, in 0 over here. This is an invest column. We'll get to it in a minute. And assuming that you used all your $3,000 at the end of your masters and you came to year 1, again, you need 6 months of runway. So if you have $1,000 of your expenses, 6 months is $6,000. So I'm going to remove that $6,000 from your money. Now you are left with 13,900 something. Again, you still have those money if you don't lose your job. That's for your security, and you still have that. Now here's what I have done, and here's what I recommend is invest those money from day 1, and I've made the videos on this. So I would just invest those money. On an average, if you invest in index fund, mutual funds, 401k, all of this, you will get an average of 7% in return. Now There's chances where you can get more, there's chances where you can get less. Let's go with more. I'm not compounding all this amount over here, which you see, and the way the total comes out is, you can see these are all the savings. These are the savings. This is the financial runway which you need to create. So this is the remaining amount from removing the financial runway. This is 7%. You can see over here, right here, I'm saying 7% of this money. Now and again, 7% off this one, 7% off this, 7% off this, 7% off this. So total is this. Now, hopefully you will be not investing only yearly. All this amount is going to be compounding on each other, which means on year two, on year two, you will have this plus this money, so you will get interest on that. I'm not even compounding it right now. So at the end, you will have roughly about 149, which is even more than 148, plus your money which you save for financial, plus the tax returns which you will get, plus a lot of other things which I've not calculated for. So in a way, if you just follow this plan, you will have a lot more than 1 crore rupees and $150,000. I know this was a little longer, and I know it was maybe a little complicated for some of you, but if you just purely follow the plan of saving and all of that, I'm going to be talking in the future episode about how to save money and things which you shouldn't be buying, things which you should buy, stocks which you should invest, mutual funds, index funds, REIT, which is real estate investment funds, index funds, real estate investments, a lot of things you can do. And again, I'm saying $150,000. This is, I'm going a little optimistic. You can probably get more than that. And I'm not just saying things, I'm living example of it. I have this home which I'm living right now, car paid off. I'm gonna show you a real quick. Also, one of my investment account, you can see right here. Do you see it? $53,000. It's one of my investment account. Again, I have several other investment account. I'm gonna show you something which is more even crazy. This is the amount I have right now in my investment account. But if you see, this is like a couple weeks back, I had 4,000 or 5,000 more. So I've lost $5,000 in just about 2 weeks. It's okay. I have the appetite to lose that money. I'm gonna keep holding my stocks and keep holding my money, and it's just gonna grow. Never sell out of fear. So that's why I always say that when you invest, think about it in a way that this money is not gonna come back to you. And I just wanna say that this was not to boast about myself. I just wanna explain, if you follow good financial principles, per financial goals, if you have set good financial goals, you'll be able to get this even without needing an H1B. Now, imagine that you have $150,000 with you. Let's say you took $50,000 loan, which is about 35 lakhs right now, if you calculate the money. And let's say you took 35 lakhs, you pay off that. You still have 70 lakhs rupees, almost 70 lakhs rupees with you. Now, if you have to go back, you can totally start your own business with that money. You can invest it somewhere, or you can start all over again, no matter what, but you will have that money if you follow the plan, if you stick to the principles of finances and all of that. Again, if you want to learn more, keep following this series, subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna stop here, so I'll be talking a lot more in the future episode. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. Gotta hustle every single day. आज बर्थडे था, फिर भी मैंने हासिल किया, बिकॉज कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की.